Thinking of playing. The game is Napoleon against Russia. The series is the Library of Napoleonic Battles. What volume is it? It's too far away for me to read, but I'm going to be taking a look at the Battle of Maloyaroslavets. Okay, I've set up the scenario for Maloyaroslavets. Not many units start on the map. To begin with, this is exactly what I'm doing. So the battle itself begins at 5 p.m. on the 23rd of October. 1812. So now I'm going to the abbreviated sequence of play. I'm reading from the abbreviated sequence of play. There's a first player turn. Well, let me back up again. There's a day, 4 day game turns. This is a day game turn. Then we go to the first player turn. Now the scenario information for Maloyaroslavets tells me that the French is the first player. So then we have a start phase. The start phase has two segments. There's a weather segment and there's a card segment. I'm not looking at either at this point. So I'm not looking at anything in the start phase. Then we go to the next phase. Phase B is the command phase, and it has 4 segments. So first we have the supply segment. So on turns when weather is checked. What does that mean? On turns when weather is checked, the phasing player, so we know that's the French right now, checks supply for his forces. We are going to take a look at this. So how do we check supply? And then if I'm not using the cards, the phasing player may declare a general retreat. Obviously, we're not going to do that right at the start. So the first thing is take a quick look at what does checking supply mean. Okay, so Rules Chapter 17, Supply. 17.1, the supply segment. The phasing player must determine the supply status of each friendly combat unit during the supply segment of each weather recovery turn. Out of supply units are marked out of supply. So each marked out of supply. Out of supply units are marked out of supply and remain out of supply until the next weather recovery turn. 17.2, out of supply effects. Out of supply units suffer the effects of demoralization. So out of supply units suffer the effects of demoralization, but the effects are not cumulative. 17.3, automatic supply. All reinforcements from their turn of entry and all units on map at the start of any approach to battle scenario are automatically in supply until the next weather recovery turn. Supply lines. So we have tracing a supply line, a combat unit. Combat unit. So let's look at the infantry brigade here. A combat unit is in supply if it can trace a forward supply line no more than 14 hexes long, not counting the unit's hex, to one of the following: directly to a friendly supply source. Let's see, supply source. Okay, marked on each side has its supply source hexes that are indicated on the map by a supply symbol. So looking at the edge of the map here, we have a road leading off the map. It's a road. This is a road. This is a trail, by the way. This is a French supply source symbol there. This is an entry and exit hex. Let me see. Oh, they are color coded. So actually this is a French exit hex and French entry hex. But we're looking at, that's a French supply source. The Russian is green with an R on it. Okay, back to the forward supply line. So 14 hexes to one of the following: directly to a friendly supply source, or to its own formation baggage train located on a road or trail hex that has a trunk line. Okay, so to its own formation baggage train. Here's the 4th Corps baggage train. It's set up 7 hexes behind. All baggage train Baggage train set up within 7 hexes of any unit in their respective formation. I guess trunk line may comprise any number of connected road and or trail hexes leading to a friendly supply source. So basically here are our French units. Here's that French supply source. Here's the road. So we'll just go right back here like that. So so that is a formation baggage train, or to any friendly baggage train located on a road or trail hex that has a trunk line. No more than one stack belonging to a different formation may trace to each friendly baggage train. Finally, any formation or individual unit without a dedicated baggage train, none provided in the counter mix, and I do believe there are some in this game, Napoleon against Russia. I think that, yeah, they're outlined in the game-specific rules. They may trace supply to any friendly baggage train, each stack to a different baggage train. Okay, so next we have forward line. We talked about this. The forward supply line only may traverse any type of train except lake or river hex sides, unless the hex side is frozen or is crossed by an undamaged bridge or pontoon. Each counts as 1 hex, maximum 14 hexes. So that's the 14 hex counting. Then you have trunk lines. Trunk line is that one, the road and trail hexes leading to a friendly supply source. Then we have blocking supply lines. Forward and trunk lines are blocked by the physical presence of enemy combat units and vedettes. EZOCs do not block supply lines. Supply source hexes, we talked about that again. There's a French one. And that is all for supply, actually. So that was the segment 1 of the phase B command. So then we have segment 2 is recovery on turns when weather is checked and during the night AM turn. Okay. The phasing player may attempt to recover units. Yeah. Night is made up of, I'm looking, let me see if I can get it on camera. So this is the turn record track off to the side of the map. You see there's a night PM turn, midnight turn, and a night AM turn. Then we move on to the third segment of phase B command, reorganization segment. The phasing player may use eligible leaders to bring eliminated units back into play at reduced strength. That's the reorganization segment. Then we go to the fourth segment, command segment. And this has 3, 4, 5 steps. So step A, the phasing player removes all out of command markers. Player removes all out of command markers. Step B, phasing player allocates his command points, placing officers and combat units within command range in command. Okay, so command, chapter 6. 6.1, the command movement segment. During the friendly command movement segment. That's the movement phase. How interesting. Let's see what sequence of play in the rules say. Command segment, the phasing player allocates his command points. Okay, alright, so the command points. How do we know how many command points? Effects of command, allocation. Alright, step 1. Each commander may use his command rating. Okay, that's understandable, but I wonder what the French do when I don't see a commander on the board to start. Okay, I'm going to continue on, but I can't find any evidence of a French commander on the board at the start. So perhaps I'll just actually proceed with what that means in game terms. But back to step 1. Step 1, each commander may use his command rating to place in-command friendly units within his command range, and that's 4 hexes. With each command point, he can place in command one officer, plus either any one combat unit or all the combat units of one division or brigade. If an officer is in command, then all his units within his command range, that's 3 hexes, are automatically in command. If in road march, the entire road march column is in command. Okay. Okay, so I think the way that went is that the commander, like Napoleon here, so he's here. He uses one of his command points, which should be the one in the, command points in the brackets there. He uses one of those command points to put an officer, like Eugene here. You can place Eugene in command here, say, so I think Eugene is within 4 hexes of Napoleon, and then so the officer's in command, then all of his units within his command range of 3. So all of these units, I think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 are automatically in command. Step 2 is conduct initiative checks for any or all officers not placed in command by a commander. So let's move. Let's take the, well, put the commander back here. We'll say Eugene is out of command. And so then we do an initiative check. To conduct an initiative check for officers not receiving direct command, roll the die. If the result is equal to or less than his initiative, the officer is in command. So he has a 6. Well, he's in command anyways. The die roll was greater than the initiative rating. Place an out. Then, okay, obviously we can't get greater than his initiative rating, but if that were the case and he fails initiative, then he's out of command. Okay, and then we also, well, when does combat unit? Okay, step 3. After all command points have been allocated, the phasing player places out of command markers on top of each officer, unit, or stack not in command. So now let's go back to, I think where we're actually going to be like that. I don't see any officer or commander on the board. So I think, okay, so I think, as far as I can tell, they're all out of command. This at least is how I'm going to look at it as the rules read. So then we have, those are the 3 steps. Now we have effects of command. So out of command, if an officer or combat unit is out of command, these are all combat units out of command, they have these penalties. They may not damage or repair spans. They may expend their full movement allowance during the individual movement segment only if they pass individual initiative checks. So combat unit initiative checks. So they are, is it the same? Yeah, initiative rating. Okay, so I guess like hard here, I guess, yeah, you can roll against his initiative of 3 there. Then it could move, but its out of command marker is not removed as a reminder that it may not advance after combat. Okay, so you would leave the out of command marker on Huard, but then that unit could move, I guess, normally with its full movement allowance.